Guys, good morning. Daily Dose of Dragon Drive, number 73. I don't know. Listen, it's early. I've had a crazy couple days here. I'll tell you, I just got back from Bowling Green, 1,300-mile round trip. Did some fun stuff with eBay Motors. Excited about their Parts of America tour. It's going to be really cool to see what they do over the next year and a half. They've got a lot of really neat stuff planned, and I'm telling you, they're pushing for big stuff. So here we go. All right, let's talk drag and drive events. Y'all know Carolina Drag Cruise starts today, runs through Sunday. That is going to be a fun event to watch. We'll be live every morning talking about updates. We'll see if we can get Michael Lone on one morning to go over all the stuff, go over all the updates and class wins and things like that. Larry West is back in his 41 Willys. We've got the Hazer back in the C10 and the Nova. And then there's other names on there that I don't know yet. So I'm excited to see these guys hit the 8th mile stuff. I will say that 8th mile drag and drive stuff is happening. I see some folks in here. Good morning, everybody. 8th mile drag and drive stuff is going to be fun to watch this next month and a half for sure, because we've got Carolina Drag Cruise, then of course the Southeast Street and Yeet, and then I think you're probably going to start seeing more regional events and more 8th mile for sure. I think the 8th mile tracks are going to be fun. I think that makes for a good weekend event, just because there's a lot of 8th mile tracks across the country. So you can fit in a lot of stuff. We know there are some changes coming to Midwest Drags, some date changes for sure, July 7th through 11th. And then, hang on, maybe 11th through 15th. I don't know. There was a lot of changes the last little bit there, the last couple of days. And I have been completely out of pocket doing the stuff with the eBay. July 10th through 14th. Sorry. And they are going towards the East Coast. If you have seen some of the posts from Midwest Drags, they're moving that way. Some scheduling conflicts there. They got that all worked out. They're moving towards, well, I'm not going to tell you what I know, but it's going to be fun. It'll be tracks I've never been to, and it'll be tracks that haven't been seen by a drag and drive event in several years, maybe a lot of years. So should be kind of fun there. The move is in relation to a new stick event that's coming up for early June. That looks like it's going to be like in the Cordova and Byron area, somewhere up in there. And then, of course, we heard about Sick Death Week. That sounds pretty wild, going through Death Valley and all those big tracks. He said it's a one-off event, so should be pretty interesting. I will have updates hopefully tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday or Saturday during the Drag and Drive news for Midwest Drags and some track stuff. I know they were working on some contracts and things like that currently yesterday afternoon as I was driving back from Bowling Green, which is about 600 miles from where I sit right now in the podcast room. It's wild out there. So I'll tell you this much. There's a lot of fun stuff that's coming to Drag and Drive for 2023. I think we are really fixing to hit a stride. I feel like there is a level of growth that we're going to experience in this culture, that we're going to really attract some really big company names to the events. I think there's going to be a lot of people take notice this year, just because of the quantity, but then two, the way to grow your event and put on the best event and get the most people is to have the best event. And so there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be trying new things, going to be trying a lot of different stuff to see what works, what doesn't, what parts of the country do well. And then, of course, us guys, we live on social media. So lots of social media posts, and that can only be good for the algorithms of Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Because if more people are talking about drag and drive and saying the phrase drag and drive, Google will take notice of that and will begin showing it to more and more people. And that's what we need. So if you've been laying back on some of your posts from Drag Week or from Midwest Drags or Race Week or anything like that, get those posted up. Make sure you tag the events, but also tag Drag and Drive, DRAGAND Drive. Definitely tag us. We would love to, at us for Drag and Drive, because I'd love to reshare a lot of people's stuff. So I'll be going back through the last couple of days of what I missed and resharing a lot of things that I've missed there as well. Y'all, I'm telling you, it was pretty crazy. I hit the Bowling Green, the Corvette Museum. That was pretty neat. I'm not really a Corvette guy, not much of a vet guy, but it was really neat to see some of the history on a lot of those cars and things like that. And of course, the sinkhole. If you're gonna be in Bowling Green, this is probably gonna make some people upset. But if you're gonna be in Bowling Green, you got to go. But I don't think I'm making a special trip to go again. My daughter last night asked if we were gonna take a trip and go see that stuff, and I was like, I don't think we'd go specifically for that. We got JJ Fig saying, hopefully all the promoters, organizers stay civil with each other. I think everybody's going to stay civil. I think at the end of the day, what's come about is promoters aren't going to talk because nobody wants to put out their info early on because they don't want someone to, at the end of the day, promoters have to run their own business. Promoters have to do their own thing and not worry about other folks, and that's really what it comes down to. So in the future, we'll have stuff stack on each other like we would have had. It would have been unfortunate for the same event or for two National Drag and Drive events to end up at the same area of the country at the same week, but all that looks like it's to be fixed. But we have Carolina Drag Cruise starting today, and then I was thinking about Southeast Street Meet, and then the King of the Open Road are actually the same weekend, and they're two regional events. So not really gonna. It all comes down to scheduling. What works for your schedule? As a promoter, what would work for your schedule? What comes about because of what you need as far as your sponsorships, as far as your scheduling with tracks and things like that. So as we move forward, you got to think the country is gigantic. So if we have a lot of opportunity to have more and more events, well, it's fine for things to stack on each other, I guess. We just don't need them in the same area, which is what would have happened. But yeah. So look at the group of guys in here. I'm telling you, we've got a lot of fun people in this mix this morning. I will be going live every day. 7:45-ish will be kind of my plan, right up until 8:00 in the morning. So that from here throughout the end of Carolina Drag Cruise, and then Saturday morning I will have a new Drag and Drive News episode out, 30-minute segment or 30-minute news show with lots of info, lots and lots of updates. I'm hoping to have, again, Midwest tracks locked in by then, and then maybe also 6 summer tracks locked in. I know he said it's kind of tentative and he hasn't really laid out a schedule yet for how that will work. So I think a lot of stuff for them is still in the mix. I think it's obviously a great idea. Early June was a time that worked for some other events. So Hargan Automotive, yep, good morning. And then, so again, you'll see Facebook user here. This is a good example. This is from someone in the Drag and Drive Addiction Facebook group. So thank you for dropping in this morning. I will tell you, if on the bottom of your screen that you're seeing or on the bottom of the description, it'll say to give StreamYard permission to use your name in the live streams. So if you do that, when you jump on, it will allow that, allow your name to come up there. So perfect. And then, so I'm just going to talk on this for just a second. So it is a little different than businesses just because we are such a small community. That's the biggest thing, is the small community that is Drag and Drive. When you start looking at NHRA and you compare the total amount of racer count that you have from NHRA and their 24 national events to the Drag and Drive communities events, we're really still very, very small. There'll be a total, I don't have the final number yet, obviously, because we have 3 events left, but there's probably 3,500 people that will compete in a Drag and Drive event this year. Way more than has been in the past because we have way more events this year. But when you start doing the math on that, we have a total of 1,045 National Drag and Drive event competitors to complete the event. Okay. So we probably have somewhere around 1,400 total, not unique racers. We'll have those numbers out later, but total entry numbers, you're looking at like 1,400 starting day one of each event. I mean, the U.S. Nationals almost had that. They had 900 and something for one weekend. So that's where it kind of comes into, promoters. It would be great if they could all work together. But again, it comes back to scheduling. People don't need to worry about each other's schedule and stuff like that. So, anyways, sorry, just wanted to throw that in there because it's not quite like free enterprise just because we are such a small community and everybody wants the community to grow. So, regional events I think are great to stack on each other because one, it gives us a ton of information quickly. It can provide a lot of people at home with more opportunity to live, drag, and drive stuff. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, we end up with 2 more drag and drive events. So who knows what 2023 is going to bring? I think it's going to be crazy. Rich Woodward here says, I'm excited Midwest Drag is coming east. He just hopes it comes north, or hope it's northern. I won't say what I know, but it looks like it's going to be fun. So I'll just say that. So, all right, guys, thank you very much. 7:59. I've got to get to work. I literally have 400 emails. I've got to jump in. So, if you would like to support this and would like to help us go full time with this, make sure you are subscribed and you follow and like and all that kind of stuff. So that's the goal. We want to be, I want to be able to do this every day, all day for you guys and not have to worry about a daily job. So, all right. Thanks so much. See you soon.